My name's Pricila Delatorre.
And my name is Jordan Hemp.
And you're listening to Off the Market Confessions,
where we talk about real stories, real estate, and real life.
Hello. We're back.
Back on the pod.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't been here forever. I feel like I haven't seen Jordan in like weeks. It maybe has been like 2 weeks.
But I did see you yesterday.
But he did see me yesterday.
But we just don't get to like chill.
We didn't get to chit chat like this. Okay, so let's start. Should we start hot and spicy with these confessions?
You've got some, so let's split.
Okay, I really only have 2 confessions that I got. Well, actually 3. Somebody sent a message and said, I'm going to start off strong. And they said they slept with a married woman. But then they said JK. No, they said they slept with a married woman. Oh. And then they said JK. But knowing this person, they might have. Anyway, whatever. So that's not really real estate related. But I did have one that is actually pretty good. She bought a house in 2018. And she said she bought a for sale by owner house. And the agent that was representing them made her pay the commission. And this was not really a thing back then, right? But I mean, it's
agent
when
that
it's
was
for
well, no.
Let me read the message.
It could have been if the seller wasn't able to pay it or willing to pay it. Then, the agent
then that's why
her. That sucks because that was a lot of money for her to pay.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay, she said back in 2018, she's like, before I knew any better, my first realtor had me pay half her commission. Well, as a first-time buyer, and she was working for the seller too, because it was for sale by owner. So the agent was working for the seller and had her pay for half the commission.
I think maybe how she means to describe this is it was more so like the agent was there facilitating the sale between a FSBO and the buyer, not or technically dual representing or not representing either. And she's just like, let's
doing
call
the
it
handling
50-50 down
paperwork.
the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So not too juicy of a confession.
It's not like it's wrong. It's just like, darn, that wasn't a score for the buyer. That definitely wasn't.
Yeah. And then the other confession I got, someone just messaged, a shout out to Brittany, I'm going to say her name, messaged me and said her confession is that whenever she buys a house, she'll only buy a house if she can go through me because I'm her inspiration.
Oh, wow.
That was very sweet.
What a good confession.
That's a good. But guys, come on. Please join along. Send us your juicy confessions.
We want to hear them. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Do you have anything juicy that you think that you want to share with the class?
I don't know if I have anything too juicy like that's like been recent. I had a frustrated client the other day, but it wasn't at me. It was at the title company, but she used me as the punching bag. So I was just like, I'm trying my best. One of the things that was interesting is they were missing this document in order to purchase and sell their home here. And the only document they have for their family trust was in Arizona. So I thought for a hot minute, I might have to fly to Arizona and get this for them because they are 88 and 90 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So they were like, we're not flying down there. And I was like, if that's the only place that this document is, then I need a vacation. I'll stay at your house down there for 2 days and not pay a dime, and I'll bring the document back with me.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be so
But we found
cool.
it. We found it with one of their financial companies. We were able to get a digital copy.
No,
yeah. Anyways, I'm still going to Arizona. Just kidding.
Are you really? Oh, I'm like, dang, cool. When?
I wish.
I wish too.
So, anyways, let's get into today's actual topic.
Yes.
I'm excited about this one. This is something that I think a lot of people need to hear and will want to hear and appreciate hearing. But we want to talk about why owning a home when you're single is a benefit. So honestly, the first question here is like, does it make you hotter?
Yes, it does.
If you own a home. Do you think it's a hot look?
Personally, if I was a single girl and if I was looking for a partner and they owned a home, I would be like, oh my gosh, this man, he knows what he wants in life. Like I don't have to question like, where am I going to live? Obviously, like if he wanted me to move in with him, but I just think he looks like secure in what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's got something going on with his life. So yeah, for me, I think it would boost his attractiveness. Obviously, there's, more factors. He has to be a good person. He can't literally beat me and then have, have a home. But no, I do think it's attractive, I think.
I think so too. And it's funny you say that.
It's security. Yeah.
I got stats. I've got stats on it.
Yeah.
So I think it definitely makes somebody hotter. And let's preface this conversation by saying neither one of us are single.
Yeah, we're not.
We're both homeowners, but with our significant others. So we're just giving you guys our opinions.
And I think too, honestly, like I think it's important for people to know that you don't have to be, I don't know if this relates, I guess kind of, but you don't have to even be married to somebody to buy a house together. I don't know if
No,
people
you
know that.
don't.
Because
No.
a lot of people will ask me like, oh, we're not married. Is that gonna like am I still able to buy a house with them? You can. I mean, you don't have
You
to,
can buy a
but
house with anybody you want,
yeah.
as long as like if you're
But
using a lot of
everyone's gonna
yeah.
they each have their shared interest,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
So,
tell us
okay,
your stats.
let's see. Why is owning a home when you're single a benefit, or what are the benefits to
Mhm.
owning a home when you're single? Number one, nobody else can tell you how to make your space. It's
Mhm.
your colors, your design,
Mhm.
your style, your everything.
Mm.
So I think of like one of my friends who's a single mom. She doesn't currently own her home. She rents the place that I used to live in
Mhm.
actually. But after she took over when we moved out, she like completely transformed it into her safe space. It's like what she likes, and
Mhm.
she raises her son there and they're happy. And I'm just like, man, I love that for them.
Yeah.
But imagine if you own your house.
Mhm.
The next big thing would be like, it's a financial investment into you. When you're
Mhm.
renting, yeah, she has the freedom to like, change the space how she wants, but she's not building wealth
Right.
for her or her son.
Right.
And so when you're owning a home by yourself, like every payment that you put into that house is an investment into
Mhm.
yourself and your family in your future and your children. Or, if you don't have any, then that's fine. You're still building wealth and you're
Mhm.
still building, I guess you could say, like a safety net.
Yes.
Because if you ever have to tap into that
Mhm.
or you need to sell it, life changes,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you can.
I think you're building equity too. I mean, some of the people I've helped, they're young. Like I've helped single guys, 21, 20 or whatever. And I'm like, dang, like I wish I would have bought when I was that age. Because this whole entire time, if you're single, this whole entire time while you're out here dating, once you do find a person that you marry or that you want to be with, not only have you built this equity in this like house, right? Now you can sell it and buy your dream house with your partner, but you're just, this whole time you weren't wasting your money and just throwing it away on rent,
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you're building towards something bigger. So I think it's a really good financial investment.
Yeah, when I grew up, I used to sorry, this changes the topics, but when
Mhm.
I grew up, my brother and I, we were always outdoorsy kids. Like we
Mhm.
never really played video games much.
Mhm.
We were always outside, and then we primarily lived with my mom. My dad lived in the area and we'd spend a lot of time with him too, but like at my mom's house, Justin and I were always outside like playing in the yard, and then
Mhm.
we always were like little builders,
Mhm.
we were always trying to build crap and
Mhm.
it
And
pissed my
you're a
mom off.
builder, you build stuff all the time.
I
You
know.
literally
We
set up this whole
literally
studio.
we literally haven't changed a
That's
single
so
bit.
funny.
We
And
both
he's an
love this still.
electrician.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we
Yes.
were always building stuff and we liked doing yard work. We used to fight over who got to mow the lawn
Mhm.
because my mom had a riding lawnmower and we got the thrill of riding on a
Yeah.
lawnmower.
Oh my gosh, how
But
fun.
and then I grew up, so got to college. That was the first time I lived in an apartment
Mhm.
and it drove me nuts. I was like,
Mhm.
this is not my outdoor space.
Mhm.
There is no outdoor space for me.
Mm.
I hate this. Like I
Yeah.
can't like go do anything outside and spend time outside. And so, I got into the gym a little bit more in college and stuff like that. But it was like after moving home and I met San and then we moved in together. We were in an apartment and then we moved to a duplex. And I was
Mhm.
so thankful at that point. I was like, oh, finally have a
You feel
yard or something where
yeah.
I can put a little bit of like piece of me into like
Mhm.
maintaining this place. But then I bought our house and I craved being able to have that
Mhm.
free space to do what I wanted.
Mhm.
And
And
even
make
though
it your own.
yeah,
And if you guys don't know Jordan bought this crazy house. It's so nice though, but it needed a lot of work. But now like I got to see the house just via pictures when you first bought it and it had these crazy carpets. Which side note,
some of those are still there.
side note that oh my god. The other day there was another one similar listed. Remember you told me.
The one that Amy had.
Yes.
No,
So
that's like mine on
worse?
steroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was another house that had like really, terrible carpet.
Crazy.
And I remember you told me like, "Oh, I want to go see it" or something like that along those lines. Did you? Right? You
I
said something
never
like
yeah,
that?
I wanted to. I never did
Yeah,
though.
but that same house, I think I told you like one of my clients texted me and she's like, "Look at this ugly ass house." But anyway,
No, my house wasn't
there's a
ugly. It
vision
just
for
had
everyone. Yeah,
mine had
there's
like crazy colorful
yes.
shag carpet
But your
on
house is
every
beautiful.
stair.
His house has these super tall windows and this giant fireplace and like a
Yeah.
pretty view of the city.
Yeah. I do love
I
my house,
really
but
do love his house.
that's just
Yeah.
like I craved that. And so
Yeah.
that's why I think when I saw my house, like I had
Mhm.
years of like this built up like desire to
Mhm.
have nice space
your
that I
own
could just make into
space.
my own. And I love the idea of sweat equity and like changing something from being
Mhm,
older to newer.
mhm,
And I wasn't single.
mm,
Son was with me and all this.
mhm,
Like between the two of us, we just made this into our space and we have
mhm.
so much pride. Like
Yeah.
that is, I think, the underrated
Mhm,
piece of this puzzle is like the pride you can have in something that you built
mhm,
and that is
mhm,
yours. It's your safety net. It's your wealth.
mhm.
It's your safe space.
Yeah.
I just
And
like, I
and
can't get enough of it.
and I think too, I don't know if this is on our topics yet, but I've gotten to see I come from completely opposite, right? My mom's never owned a home. None of my sisters have ever owned a home. I'm the only person in my family that owns a home. I've always lived in apartments previously, right? Well, a house now, well, before, but whatever. It's never been our home, right? So me, I get to see now what I have and what I've been able to build and how my life has changed and how it really is my space. And I love it,
Yeah.
and also because we're in real estate, I get to see, when somebody does sell their duplex and a new owner comes in and kicks out these
Yeah.
these tenants that have been long-term 20-year tenants. That's so sad to me.
It
Like
is. It is.
this is somebody that's a good person that maybe can't afford to buy a house or maybe has never tried to buy a house. And then here comes in this new landlord. And I understand the investment world, right? I get it because I'm in real estate.
Yeah.
But it's when you knock it down to like everyone's just a person, it's so sad because someone just coming in and taking where you've been for 20 years, because we see this all the time.
Right.
And they're either upping the rent so much that you can't afford it anymore, or they're completely like, hey, you got to leave in 60 days, 90, or whatever it is, 90
Yeah.
days. It's sad. I've seen it happen
But
before, and it
when you're
sucks.
renting, it's the risk you take because like
Mm-hmm,
they may be renting that for 20
mm-hmm.
years, but they know in the back of their minds
Yeah,
all the time that that could go away at
yeah,
any point.
yeah.
They have no control over that. So if that's a risk you're willing to take,
Mm-hmm,
that's fine. But if you
mm-hmm.
can't really, if you don't like to live with that risk and
Yeah.
you love
Put
that
yourself
space
in
that
a
you kind of
yeah,
made yours, buy
yeah,
it or
yeah.
buy something
Buy
just like that.
something
Buy it for
or try
yourself.
or try to like I mean, I think especially like people that have been renting for a really long time, I think they don't even think homeownership is a possibility.
Mhm.
But it's like you just have to talk to the right people
You
and
just, yeah,
we'll
it's the
literally
right
find a
people.
way. You
Yeah.
do need to have a job though. You do need
And decent
income,
credit.
decent
Yeah.
credit.
There's
But
a baseline, but I mean,
somebody can help, like we can help you. We can tell you like, hey, these are the things that you need to work on. And as long as you're doing what we tell you to do, you'll be okay. We've done
yeah.
it before.
Yeah.
Even if you're single, I've seen single people buy homes alone. I just
I have
closed one
too.
last week.
I'm trying to get
you
one of my
know.
friends to do it
Mhm.
right now. I love that. I think that's one of the most
Mhm.
rewarding things when you can do that on your own. You feel like a badass. You're like,
Mhm.
I fucking did this by myself.
By yourself.
And that's the biggest
Mhm.
investment that most people make in their life.
Mhm.
And if you can do that on your own,
Yeah.
like there's nothing cooler than that in
Mhm.
my opinion.
And it goes back to I think it's like so attractive.
It
Like
is. It
like
is
dang,
attractive.
this guy has all he has a house.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
he has a
Well,
house. That's
let's get
even
into
I'll
that a
show
little
you
more.
later.
So
Yeah.
point number 3 I had on here is that so we kind of already mentioned this, but like it gives you a kickstart to your family's wealth for a future relationship or
Mhm.
family growth.
Mhm.
So like I was thinking about this as like if you're single now,
Mhm.
what if you meet another single person who
Mhm.
also owns their home? So you both
Mhm.
own your home
Mhm.
and you decide that at some point you're going to move in together, or
Mhm.
maybe you sell both of those homes and you go buy a better house.
Mhm.
That is like a slingshot into
Mhm.
wealth. Having two people come together who
Yep.
already have assets,
Yep.
you couldn't ask for better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that like if you find somebody who doesn't own a home,
Mhm.
like that they're not a good investment.
Mhm.
Obviously, their emotional relationship to
Mm,
you is an
you
investment.
don't have a house, get out of here. You don't have a house, get out of the DMs.
But it just shows so much more like
Mhm.
when they own a home and
Yeah.
then you're what if you have two homes and one moves in with you and you make the other rental, boom, you're already
Mhm.
house hacking,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yeah, that one is huge. Is if you guys both already own your home, then you move in together, you already have essentially your investment property.
Hmm.
One of the homes, whichever one you guys don't want to live in, just
Yeah.
rent it out. And if you bought at the right time, like I just think back to people that bought during COVID and are staying there, or have another house, but they're keeping that one. I mean, those rates were so low that I bet those mortgages are super low.
Right, and they're
So
probably
they're
making a
probably
killing on
making,
rents.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so point
4.
number 4, potential tax benefits.
Yeah, if
I'm
you're
like, can you talk about that one? Because I don't know.
well, if you're single and you're only on one income
Mhm,
and you're paying for a mortgage, you're paying mortgage interest and
mhm,
property taxes, stuff like that. When you get a mortgage interest, I forget what it is, like a 1040 or something. I don't remember what it is. You get
that
something in your
document.
mail every year from your mortgage interest. You can have higher tax return benefits if it's a single income.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, I mean, that's a small benefit, but it is
But it's a
benefit.
benefit. Point number 5, locking in stable housing costs. Again, it's not going to change. Rents typically go up every single year. Your taxes might change, so it might cause your mortgage to
But
fluctuate
it's
a
very
little bit.
small movement. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been at my house, I think, for 5 years, and the difference is maybe $100, honestly. Like from when I first bought it to now, it might be like $100 more now.
Yeah.
And again, it's because of taxes.
Yeah, but
It's
here's
not
another
super
key
huge.
piece of this is like, so let me explain it like this. Let's say you're renting a home, the rent keeps getting higher, higher, and you're just like making ends meet. You're just paying every month, but you're just like not saving money. Then something happens. You have a car accident or a car repair needed, or you
Or
have
you
a
get
health
hurt at work
issue,
and you can't work.
something. Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you can't keep making those payments. You're like, crap, I can't live here anymore. You're screwed. I don't know what you do next. You find a cheaper place to live, whatever. Same thing happens, but you own your home. Okay. You own your home. Something happens to the car, or you're making your mortgage payments, but you're not saving a lot of money. Worst case scenario, you sell the house and you take money out and you go, maybe you backtrack, maybe you start renting again, or you buy another house that's just more affordable,
Or you
stuff like
move
that.
in with someone,
But
you
it
rent
is a
yours
way
out.
better safety net, you know, and nobody wants to sell their house in an event like that, but it's better than renting and then being shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a backup plan.
So that's why
Yeah.
you locking in those stable housing costs, it's actually in the long run, that could mean a lot to somebody.
Yeah.
So 6, no control from a landlord on rules, deposits, pets, stuff like that. Pets is a big one.
Yeah, pets is a huge one. You know what? Speaking of that, I showed a condo a couple days ago. This condo specifically tests the DNA of your pet, and you have to pay for it. So that if your pet goes to the bathroom outside and you don't pick up their, poop or whatever, they will pick it up and they will test to see whose pet it is, and then you have to pay
And they'll find you.
like certain fees. Yes. That's
here in Yakima?
That's here in Yakima.
I don't want to show that condo.
That's insane. Anyway, my client didn't like it, so I'm kind of glad. But that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that
just got a
sucks.
condo under contract today. I hope it's not that one. Well, my clients don't have pets either, so I'm not worried.
But still, that really sucks. Yeah. People just love their dogs.
Yeah, I mean, with landlords too, like, landlords give you the landlord special. They paint over outlets, they paint over door jambs and stuff like that. Sometimes they don't treat your place with the pride that you would if it was yours. So landlords suck, right?
Yeah.
And they're demanding rent. I mean, obviously your mortgage is going to demand the same type of payment, but it's like that's still an investment into you. I mean, your landlord rent payment, you never see that again. And then deposits, holding deposits, stuff like that, pet fees, all that. It's just like, throw that out.
Yeah.
Just own your home and have the freedom to have the pets you want, and, and the quality of like craftsmanship in a home that you prefer, rather than your landlord dictating, what kind of slum hole that you're having to live in. If it's that, right? They're not all bad.
They're not all bad, but
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's hard because you can't really control who your landlord is.
Yeah. And you were saying a little bit ago that like in a man, you think that is attractive if they own a home. This next section is why. So what does homeownership signify to somebody who's dating? And
not that we're dating. None of us are dating, guys.
We'll have
in case you're wondering.
Disclaimer at the bottom of the screen. We are not dating.
In case you're wondering.
We're not open. We're not dating.
We're not. Off the market confession. We're not on the market.
We are off the market.
We're off the market.
So what does homeownership signify? The first one is stability, wealth stability. I mean, if they are making their payments, they can own a home like that. That looks really secure.
Yeah.
And a male or female. I think that looks even better for females. Like for men, I feel like generally in history, men are expected to be providers, right? And if a man is supposed to be a provider, like it might be expected, like, of course, this guy needs to have his stuff together and own a home or whatever. But for a woman who's single and on her own, like, no, that's like boss ass bitch energy.
Yeah. I literally just had a single mom close on her house. I think it was maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I told her, I'm like, girl, you did that. You did that by yourself. No help, no parents, nothing.
That's amazing.
So I don't know. To me, I think that's a huge. accomplishment coming from like a single mom.
It is.
That's
It really,
amazing.
really is.
Yeah.
So stability is one, maturity is the next,
Mhm.
showing that they're not just,
Messing around, blowing their
doing
money.
drugs and alcohol,
Mhm.
partying all the
Mhm.
time, like that's an immature
Right.
lifestyle. Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
then the next one, obviously financial
Financial, yep.
success. We keep talking about it being that safety net. And then
Mhm.
it shows that, they've worked really hard.
Mhm.
It shows that they're a hard worker.
Mhm.
So I like that.
Yeah.
So
Same.
here are the hotness metrics. Guys,
Metrics.
these are real metrics.
Mhm.
So I found these from the National Association of Realtors, Real Trends Verified, a few other places that are online, but go ahead and read the first one because this one's a big one.
Okay, so as of 2025, single women account for roughly 20 to 21% of all home buyers,
Yes.
while single men make up about 8 to 10%. This is based off of National Association Realtors.
And I have a little bit to add to that.
Crazy.
So if you go back to the 1980s, I think it was 1980.
Mhm.
If you track from 1980 till now, in 1980, single women accounted for 9%
Wow.
of all home buyers. 9%. Over the last few decades, let's see, that was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 decades, they've now accounted for 20 to 21%. So that's grown by 10 to 12%.
Yeah.
For single men back in 1980, it was 8%. It was 8%. And
So
they're
men
still at
have
8
not
to 10%.
grown. There's no growth. Get it together,
No.
men.
So
Get it together.
this shows that women are
Mhm.
actually working harder to become
Yeah.
homeowners, and what men are doing out there, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You know what? But
Low aspirations or something.
I like to see that. Me, I'm very independent. I'm a very, very hard worker. I'm glad that we're out here, we're getting our bag and we're getting our homes with or without the men.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
That's good. That's amazing.
Owning a home
Mhm.
significantly
Mhm.
increases attractiveness for singles, with up to 60% of millennials viewing it as an attractive trait in a potential partner.
Mhm.
So I don't know what it is tracked across generations. Gen Z is
Mhm.
still a little young to be owning homes.
Mhm.
They're starting to. But 60% of millennials, the majority said that it is an attractive trait.
Mhm.
So you could be flat out ugly,
No
but
offense.
have a 60% chance
Mhm.
of being more attractive just by owning a home.
Mhm.
Some of you need to listen up.
Some of you guys need to buy a home, and I bet you'll get a girl. Or man.
That's right.
Or man. Okay, hotness metric number 3, more matches. Men who list themselves as homeowners on dating apps can receive 57% more matches than those who do not.
57%
That's crazy.
chance of more matches.
Yeah.
Just by mentioning that you're a homeowner. Throw a dog into your picture there, you got to be like 95%.
Yes, I think honestly, off the market confession here, there is people that I know that stay in relationships because of their dogs.
Oh, we know.
I mean, hey, if you got a picture of yourself, this is what you need. This is the key to success on today's episode.
on dating
On
apps.
dating. Yeah. If you own a home and you have a picture with your dog, you can be as ugly as you want. You have a pretty good chance of matching with somebody.
This is a side note, though. I think
Mhm.
people need to take their sunglasses off
Me too.
in profile
And
photos.
hats.
Yeah.
hats.
Well,
Take the hat
for
off.
men, anyways. Yeah, I think hats should be off.
For the
'cause
girls, we
girls want to see their hairlines.
We should take our eyelashes off. Oh, I'd be so ugly.
No, I just
But
feel
no.
like sunglasses, though,
Yeah.
like eyes are a huge factor. So yeah, show your eyes
Yeah.
and have a dog in the picture standing in front of the house you own.
Yeah.
That's the profile pic
You
right there.
would get all the matches. I would match with you if I was single, but I'm not. So that would not work. Sorry.
Okay, so hotness metric number 4, increased attractiveness. Roughly 46% of all singles surveyed considered homeownership in a potential partner to be attractive or very attractive. So 46% of all singles, they're like, hey, if I'm dating and somebody says that they have a house, I would say that's attractive. Yeah. So.
Well, you already know how I feel. Gender preference. So about 36% of women prefer to date someone who owns a home compared to 19% of men. Men, what is going on?
Yeah. I don't get that because, okay, so 19% of men are like, oh yeah, I'd love it if the girl I'm with owns a home, why wouldn't they
I
all
wonder
want the girl to own a
I
home?
wonder if it has to do with, like,
Masculinity?
yes, like, I'm the
Yes.
man, I should have the house.
The provider thing.
You
It
know,
goes back to that.
honestly, I
Yes.
think because this is not something people talk about too, a lot is like, what if the woman is the provider and
That's
you're
true.
coming into her life and she's going to take care of you? Some men are intimidated by that, Some men are intimidated by like the woman being the successful one because as a man,
Yeah.
you're the provider, right? So I
Yeah,
think that kind of makes sense.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree too. So yeah, and then if 36% of women want a man that has a home,
Mm.
it's for that provider thing.
Mhm.
If a woman owns a home and a man is like wanting to date, but he's like not, I guess he doesn't find that
Mhm.
attractive or whatever that
Mhm.
she owns a home, it's probably because the
He's insecure.
provider thing, a little insecure.
Mhm.
He probably feels a
Mhm.
little bit pathetic or behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I will say though, I think if a man owns a home, I think it's attractive. But if he doesn't own a home, it doesn't mean I'm gonna, I would be like, oh, ew, he doesn't own a home.
yeah,
Like I would still date a man if he didn't own a home because we could build together, right?
exactly
We
that.
could grow together. We can like build our, get
Yes.
our home
Yeah.
together.
And I kind of wonder if some
Yeah.
people are intimidated by the
Mhm.
fact, like, they're like, oh, that person is already so much further ahead of me in
Mhm.
life. They own a
Mhm.
home, they have a successful job, they
Mhm.
have a nice car.
Mhm.
And I just rent an apartment and I drive the Honda
Right.
from
No shade.
2000.
No shade if you drive a 2000 Honda.
I don't know.
But
But, like,
yeah.
they probably feel
Mhm.
like there's so much to catch up on. And
Mhm.
I feel like you got to let that go. That's an
Yeah.
insecurity. Those
Yes.
negative thoughts,
Yes.
you got to get those out.
You can't compare yourself. I mean, again, it goes back to you and I, right? You grew up in a home. You grew up with your siblings, with your parents. I
Mhm.
grew up with a single mom in an apartment,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So it's like everyone comes from different backgrounds. I
Yeah.
can't be like, oh man, I didn't sell any houses because Jordan had a better childhood than me. No. You know what I
We
mean?
should track that. Just
We-
kidding.
but you know what I mean? Like, that's not a good
No.
enough excuse. Like,
No, it's
you
not.
can't,
But
yeah.
this is what you
Yeah.
have to remember. It is never too late to start
Mhm.
building.
Yep.
Never. You
Yep.
could buy a home for the first
Mhm.
time when you're 80 years old,
Mhm.
and that's still better than
Mhm.
renting
Yeah.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So never too late to start
Especially
building.
if you have like children or you have like a partner and if you're older and you have whenever you're gone, it's gonna go like to your family. So you're still setting them up for success, even if you're like starting a little late in the game.
Yeah.
You're still setting somebody up for success.
And if you're dating somebody who owns a home and you're feeling that way, like kind of
Mhm.
like you're behind or whatever,
Mhm.
I bet you'd be surprised that the person that you're dating
Mhm.
probably wants to support you and see
Mhm.
you have that kind of growth too.
Mhm.
Like, hey, like
Mhm.
they'll tell you how they did it. They
Yeah.
probably know they've already been through it. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, just be like, let me help you,
Yeah.
because I love you or
Yeah.
I'm dating you or I like you.
Yeah.
I want to see you have that kind of ambition too, like I already went through.
Mhm.
And I want to see how I can support you in
Mhm.
growing your career or homeownership
Mhm.
goals, stuff like that. And then
I
from
agree with
there, they
that. Yeah.
build together,
Yeah.
even if they're in different places to begin
Mhm.
with. The millennial
Mhm.
focus amongst millennials, nearly 60% believe homeownership makes a potential partner more attractive. I know that this is a little bit repetitive,
Mhm.
but
And that's my age group. So yeah, I can confirm.
yeah. And the last one, go for it.
So the last one, privacy. It offers a private, comfortable space for dating, avoiding the awkwardness of housemates, landlords, or noisy neighbors that share a wall with you. I think that's a huge one. You think, or if I were to date somebody new, I don't know that I would want to go back to their house with roommates.
Yeah, that would
You
be
know, Mhm.
awkward.
I guess depending, right? At my age, because I'm a lot older. Well, not super old, but I'm older than you, right? So I think at your
Yeah,
age, it might be
I'm in my 20s,
maybe
but
a
I
little bit
still
younger
don't
than you.
know.
Maybe like 25. I'd still be like, okay, they're still young.
I would definitely not like want to go back to somebody's place if they
Yeah,
have roommates. But if they
yeah,
had an apartment or something, I wouldn't really care as long
right,
as there's privacy. But like,
right.
I will say, when Sana and I first
Hmm.
started dating, he lived in an apartment on
Hmm.
the third floor,
Oh
and
no.
we could
Mhm.
hear the people in
Everything.
the apartment below
Oh
when they were
no.
doing the dirty,
Oh
everything.
no.
Their dog whining all the time. Yeah, but them doing the
Mhm.
dirty, I remember that. And yeah, you'd be like laying there trying to sleep, and you're like,
Oh no, that's
what's going
terrible.
on down there? Should I go help her? Just kidding.
Do I gotta get the job finished?
No. But
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
I
that's
I
so
think that
funny.
that's so huge, not having to
Yeah.
like share a wall with somebody
Hmm.
or a space with somebody. The privacy,
Yeah.
yeah, and like not just that, but like having your own yard privacy. That's something that I'm working on at my house right now. It's like I'm trying to add more trees that will grow and add more yard privacy. So I can have the house privacy, the yard privacy, the freedom and the pride of being able to maintain those spaces and make them mine.
Yeah.
So
I have my own yard, but my yards. If you know what my front yard looks like, listen, I was told not to talk about my yard.
By your husband?
He's like, stop telling people the yard's long. They're gonna believe you. Well, he's been cutting it, so it actually looks really good. You should. I'm gonna send you a picture. But my backyard does need some help. So if you are a landscaper, please hit me up. DM me on Instagram.
Yeah.
But
well, anyways, that's all we have on this episode. But I
Short
think
and
it's
sweet one.
so exciting to be a homeowner as a single person. It's like such a kickstart. So
Yes.
if you are single or maybe soon to be single, if you think that you're gonna like leave somebody or whatever, come talk to us. Let's get you in a house where you can heal.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, where you can like start fresh and give yourself a new distraction too, because breakups are hard.
And if you are somebody that, again, just because you don't own a house doesn't mean that you suck. Okay, we still love you.
No,
well, not me, but somebody does. Somebody still loves you.
Just start thinking about it then.
But thinking about it,
like,
definitely.
when do I want to buy a house?
Yeah.
How far down the line do I want it to be? Like, should I talk to somebody now? Because, the market changes. Prices are going to go up. Potentially rates can go up. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But like, it's not too late to start asking questions and putting together a plan and a goal of maybe this year I can save enough money for a down payment. So next year I can buy a house.
And I think, growth too. Overall, whether you're single or whether you're not, at the end of the day, as a person, you should always seek to grow. And I think owning a home is like one of the biggest things you can do.
Such a foundational
step. Yes. So buy your house with us.
That's right. Singles or not single, just come buy a house with us.
Yeah.
And not to mention, it's also so cool. What if you surprise your spouse by buying a house? Well,
oh my
let me say,
oh yeah,
it
you did
doesn't
it.
always work out how you want.
Jordan actually did that. I did that with my car, but not a house.
Yeah, well, he wasn't that impressed because of how much more house cleaning that meant, because we tripled the size from our last place.
Yeah, but now.
But yeah, it's all under
control. He has all his plans. The cats are there.
Yeah.
It's a safe space. It's a good view. It's clean. You guys have remodeled. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. But it is a flex to be able to surprise your spouse if you want to.
That would be crazy.
It's a big risk. Who's going to turn down a house?
So if anybody wants to buy me a house, you don't even have to be my spouse. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
It's still a flex.
That's amazing, I think.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. You know the drill. Subscribe, like, follow, share. We love it when you share our shorts or our videos or comment. We just love the interaction. We're still trying to grow our podcast. So it's from people like you who support us so much that can help us do that.
Yes.
So thank you.
And send us your confessions. We will try to give confessions every week. So yeah, stay tuned for next week. I'm going to try to get something juicy. Cool.
You know what? Here's my quick confession.
Okay.
I think we might have competition with our
think so
podcast
too.
coming soon. But we are the OGs and it will remain that way.
I will say I love that we might have started a trend.
We might have.
I listen, I'm known for being
locally. Obviously, we're not like complete original real estate agents to start a podcast.
Right.
But we got ahead of it here and we're doing it on a scale larger than others. But I hear through the grapevine that we might have a little bit of competition. So we will see how that unfolds. And it might not be the exact same.
But it ain't nothing new over here.
No, it's not.
I've been a trendsetter.
You're a trendsetter and everybody wants to be like you.
No.
They do?
They do, but that's okay. And I think inspiration is great. We'll just keep it at that.
We'll see where this goes. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Till next time.